Oh, shoot.
Recorded live.
Good evening and welcome to Garden City Community Chat. This podcast is dedicated to promoting our community and yours, offering news you can use and much more. And now, Garden City Community Chat. Well, hello, Garden City, and hello to our neighbors in Westland, Dearborn Heights, Inkster, Redford, and Livonia. Thanks for joining us tonight. You are listening to Garden City Community Chat, show number 274 for January 14th, 2016. This is Garden City's only live podcast where we share news you can use and promote our community and yours. I'm your host, Kerry, and co-hosting with me tonight is our favorite weather guy, Dr. Tom Mywinski. Tom, how you doing? Oh, you're not in yet. Okay, sorry about that. Tom is in the chat room, so he'll be calling in shortly. But trust me, he's there. He's there. All right, and former Garden City Councilman, fellow Kiwanian and longtime resident, Mr. Mike Jones. Mike, how you doing?
Outstanding, Kerry, but I'm getting better.
And our guest co-host for this week is Mr. Don Nicholson, president of Don Nicholson Enterprises. As you know, while Richard is away tending to his position as Westland City Clerk, we'll try to have a guest co-host each week until his return. So, Don, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyone that's interested in coming on the show as a co-host, let us know by sending us an email at gccommunitychat@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. So, gentlemen, 2016 is going to be a busy year. In June, we'll be celebrating our 6th year of being on the air here at TalkShoe. Also, July 14th, we'll celebrate another milestone, our 300th show, so we're thinking of doing something special for that. Don, I know you have several events planned.
It's a busy year.
Yeah, busy year, so we're going to get to that in a minute. And, Mike, I'm sure that you'll weigh in on a few events. Maybe Kiwanis has a few, and you'll want to mention. So, not to mention, we also have a presidential election, so it's going to be a busy, busy year. Okay, Tom will be here shortly with the full weather forecast. Then we'll talk with Don, see what's new with him. And Mike will be here with a few community announcements as always. So why not grab your favorite beverage and join us for the next 60 minutes or so. Should be a good one. Hello, Tom. How you doing?
I know, I'm good. I'm finally live back in the studio. But well, I'm not in the studio, but I should get in there this year. I'm so busy that I can't even get to the studio. But yeah. I'm back finally. But
yeah,
what else is back is winter's back too. Ugh. People are not liking that. I know Richard has probably putting out some nasty comments about me. I don't know. I haven't been looking, but I know that he's not a fan of that.
Yeah, Richard is hibernating.
Yeah, he's probably hibernating in this. Well, although today wasn't too bad, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. What's been going on was, I know last week on the show, I wasn't really thinking that we were going to have a snowy week like I thought I did, and like we thought we would. And things change very quickly. That's why the weather always been changing. That's why you always got to stay tuned to the website. But yeah, we did see a very snowy week. It started off as some rain on Friday night and then Sunday, and then it changed over to snow, and then it changed over, and it really started to accumulate. And then we had a lot of lake effect snow affect all of the region, on and off throughout, much of the week. But it's nothing too crazy that we can't handle. We've had much worse winters, and now I do see a little bit of a break in the action, but it is going to stay cold. Like you said, it wasn't too bad today, and we did see some melting of the snow because we did actually get above freezing. And as we get into tomorrow, we'll actually change the precipitation type back to rain, and that will probably even cut down more on the snow out there. And we're going to be in the 40s tomorrow, so that's a very big change. We haven't been nowhere near that in quite a while, and those wind chills aren't even going to really be a problem until next week again. As we get into Friday night, it's going to get a little bit on the colder side, so hopefully we won't see a whole lot of snow, but we probably will see a little bit of snow on the back side of the system again, like we did with the earlier system. And then as we get into the weekend, it's going to be a colder weekend with temperatures again below freezing. And Sunday we'll probably see a little bit of snow as well, but doesn't look like it's going to be a big system. And then as we get into next week, it's going to be another cold week out there, with temperatures probably not even getting above freezing the entire week. Temperatures will probably be in the 20s and teens for highs, and even some of the lows can get into the single digits. So it's going to be another cold week out there, but not as much snow as we've been dealing with like this week, but nevertheless, the cold is not fun to deal with. As we expand out, we're going to talk about some other weather. It's been crazy weather day out here today. We have a hurricane out in the Atlantic, and it's January. It's not even hurricane season.
Oh.
It's pretty crazy. It's in the far North Atlantic. It's going to affect the Azo Islands, which is way in the North Atlantic, all the way by Portugal and Europe. That's how far north that is. And it's going to become kind of subtropical and kind of just meander in the Atlantic. It's not really going to hit anybody. But it's just worth mentioning. It's pretty crazy. It's not even hurricane season, and we're dealing with a hurricane out there. And the West Coast is dealing with a lot of mountain snow out there, which is something they really enjoy to see out there. And some rain as well, but the rain kind of shut off on California, which is some good news. I mean, because they dealt with a lot of rain recently, which is what they do need, but they don't need it all at once because that causes a lot of problems out there. But a lot of snow out there, which the ski lovers definitely love. And the north is staying cold as these cold shots come through Canada, and the south is staying on the rainy side. So not too much crazy weather. It's kind of typical El Nino pattern, and the lakes that snow, like I said, have been very busy across the Great Lakes because the lakes are frozen because it's been so warm per se throughout the last few months. But that's pretty much the weather out there. There's nothing too crazy going on out there, but if you want to keep tuned to this changing weather picture, just stay on top of it. Just go to my website, DopplerTomsWeather.com.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, California does need that rain, that's for sure, but it's really they've been getting a lot of storms.
Oh, yeah, back to back.
All right, awesome. Thank you, sir. If you want to be a part of the conversation here tonight, all you have to do is call 1-724-444-7444 and enter the call ID 82757, followed by the pound sign. Or you can join us in our chat room by going to TalkShoe.com and search for call ID 82757. That's going to take you right to our main show page where you'll click on a large join-in button. A window will open, sign in as a guest, and that's all there is to it. Once you're in the chat room, you can type your questions and comments at the bottom of the page, and you'll find our phone number and show ID there as well. You can also text your questions to us at 734-788-9319. And if you can't join us live here tonight, we have that covered. All our shows are recorded, so you can catch us later at your convenience, which several of our listeners do, by going to our main show page where you'll find all 274 shows listed for you in order going all the way back to show number 1 from May of 2010. You don't forget, and don't forget we're in iTunes. Just search for GC Community Chat. We will also be posting the audio from tonight's show on Facebook at facebook.com/GC Chat about 30 minutes or so after we sign off tonight. And if that wasn't enough, Mike.
Yes, sir.
We are also doing a live, unedited video of tonight's show, so you can put a face with the voice, and that will be available tomorrow on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/communitychatshow. Please look for that, and while you're there, why not subscribe to the channel? That way you will be notified when we post future shows. All right, let's get Tom in here for the latest weather, and then we're going to see what's new with our guest co-host, Don Nicholson.
We just had Tom.
Oh, we did do Tom. Sorry.
Are you looking at?
He actually came on before I could introduce you. See, you need to be in the studio.
I tell you, I guess I'm going to ask you next time.
Well, you want to do it again?
No, I'm good. Just go to the website.
Okay. All right, I'd like to introduce once again our guest co-host for tonight and his first visit to the show, Mr. Don Nicholson. Don, welcome.
Thank you.
So, Don, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? You're the president of the Don Nicholson Enterprises. Share with our listeners what exactly does Don Nicholson Enterprises do?
It's probably easier to answer what we don't do.
Okay.
But,
yeah, I know you're pretty busy guy, that's for sure.
We started Don Nicholson Enterprises doing community events. back in 2007.
Okay.
When the photo industry took a tank and the photo labs stopped developing film and stuff, I had to find a way to make a living. And I had already been very involved in classic cars and hot rods and drag racing and different things out of Milan Dragway, and started the Berger Car Show, now the Autos for Autism.
Right.
So I started off with Cruise in Michigan, and we started off with the Michigan Avenue Cruise from Dearborn to Wayne, and did that for about 5 years, and grew from that one. Actually, we ended up starting off with doing charity car shows as well with the cruises and that, and did a number of different charity car shows, some local here, some further away, but we found that working with charities was phenomenal, and we still do a lot of that, as you know.
Right.
But I was finding it was easier to help them make money with our bigger events and have us focus on building the bigger events. And now we have the All-American Cruise on Wayne Road in Westland.
Yeah.
Which this is going into our 4th year this year. And then, of course, Cruise and Hines going into our 6th year.
And that's really growing.
That one has.
I mean, they're all growing. Let's face it.
They're all growing, but we started that off, and a lot of people don't realize that we're the 3rd company that actually came in to do Cruise and Hines.
Wow.
The first 2, the best they ever did was under 100 cars.
Really?
And when I came to the county to ask them if they'd let me put this event on, they sort of looked at me like I was crazy.
Right.
Which I was. But
because they close Hines now for this event.
We close Hines from Ann Arbor Trail to Outer Drive.
Okay.
And then we use the Outer Drive to Ford Road area as our entrance.
Okay.
So we can stage cars up there, and this year we're going to be bringing 3 lanes in.
Oh, wow.
So, because we were backed up all the way from Outer Drive to Southfield Expressway.
Wow.
This past year. It was.
Now, do you need police to
Wayne County Sheriff helps us out.
At no cost?
At no cost.
Wow.
They bring in mostly the
auxiliary. Okay.
And then so they're volunteer.
Wayne County's been very cooperative.
Wayne County's been phenomenal to work with.
Wow.
And, we do a lot of work with Wayne County Parks, and Lawrence and the guys over there are just great to work with. We do pay the county money, yes. This isn't a free thing for them, but
yeah.
The sheriff comes in and we don't get an actual bill from them, but we pay Wayne County Parks.
Okay.
And then Sergeant Smith, who runs the Motor Patrol.
Okay.
We've been helping him out with a fundraiser for the Motor Patrol.
Oh, awesome.
We did a ride with them last year with almost 200 motorcycles. And so you can imagine going from Livonia out to Ann Arbor and back with lights and sirens, police escort the whole way.
Wow.
Motorcycle was a lot of fun.
That's pretty cool.
A lot of fun,
That's pretty cool.
So
actually, Don Enterprises does graphic design, graphic printing, sign design, publishing, event planning.
Yep.
You name it.
We do all that. We basically, what we did was when we were doing a lot of the stuff that was the auxiliary things for the events, I was paying somebody else to do the printing, or I was paying somebody else to do this and that, and I was doing all the work. We were doing all the layout work and everything. They were pushing print.
It's pretty much just you and your wife, isn't it?
Correct.
Wow.
It's my wife and I, and then we have some people that work part-time for us.
Well, let's give them a shout-out. Your wife's
my
name?
wife, Gail.
Gail,
And we have got Melissa, who is our staff coordinator the day of the events.
Okay.
She drives back and forth up and down Hines Drive and makes sure all our volunteers get fed and, and have something to drink and stay hydrated. And,
that's awesome.
So we've got some good people. We work a lot with Friends of Aiken Mills.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm on the board of directors there as well. And these guys, we help them out with fundraisers, and they're part of the cruise.
Yeah, so, and they appreciate that.
So they do. This is how we do a lot of our funding with different charities. Is we bring them out and help them out with selling water, and so if you're ever in Cruise and Hines and you see a vendor out there, make sure you stop and help them out, because they're the ones that are all that money goes directly to a community event.
Absolutely,
a community service group.
So let's back up a little bit now.
Yep.
You just recently, not long ago, became a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
You are originally from Ottawa, Canada?
Correct.
And when did you become a citizen?
I became a citizen June 9th.
Yeah, June 9th. Awesome.
2015.
Is the test really that hard?
The test is not that hard. It's really awesome because there's like 110 questions.
Okay.
That you have to study for.
Yeah.
They only give you 10.
Well, there's Americans that have lived here all their lives, and they say they can't answer some of those questions.
Well, it was so funny.
And don't
because,
test me.
The answer to my first question was Thomas Jefferson.
Okay.
I couldn't remember it, but I could remember that he lived in Monticello and he was on the $2 bill.
Oh, okay.
That was sort of my keywords to remind me, and I couldn't answer the first question. And I told the guy where he lived and everything, and he's just laughing at that. And he says, we'll move on. He says, don't worry about it. And I answered all the next questions, and we went to go to number 10. And I said, Thomas Jefferson. And he just laughed. He says, you had to answer 8 out of the 10. He says, you got 9 out of 10 now, and I actually aced all 10.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
So
awesome.
It was. Quite
an experience.
Very good experience. Learned a lot. Although I was educated here in the United States.
Okay. Because you've been here. You had what type of visa was it? You said
I had a permanent resident alien card.
Okay.
So I was allowed to work. I paid taxes and all that. Somebody posted on Facebook. Now you got to pay taxes. I said, I haven't had to pay taxes all these years.
But the big thing for you was now you can vote.
I can vote. Yeah.
I mean, that was really a big thing for you.
It was. There's a lot of people that have been politicians that have supported my events. Have worked
and not
with
being
me.
able to vote for them.
I couldn't vote for them. I couldn't even write them a donation.
Wow.
So by law they couldn't take it, and so that's something that I'm now able to vote. And at the first election, I was number 1 in line.
Oh wow.
In my precinct.
That's cool.
And the second one, I was number 2 in line. I let my wife go first.
Okay.
But,
well, hey, we're happy to have you as a citizen now, for
thank
sure.
You.
Yeah,
It
congratulations.
really has been a great change. It's something I've always felt this was home.
Yeah. Well, you're so involved in the community. I mean, you're from Westland.
I'm originally from Ottawa.
From Ottawa, but
then I lived in Virginia.
Do you live in Westland?
I live in Westland now. Yeah. And I actually was transferred back to Ottawa.
Yeah.
Then to Winnipeg. I don't know what I did wrong. When they dissolved. Yeah, you think it's cold today? This is nothing.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But then when they closed my division, they offered me a transfer or whatever, and I took I just took the buyout and moved back here because this is where my parents lived, and this was, to me, was always been home is Westland. And
so, what made you start Don Nicholson Enterprises? I mean, where did you get that experience? Are you self-taught, or a
lot of it is self-taught. I've been a photographer, a photo finisher all my life.
Right.
That's where my education has always been from. I've learned photography. I've studied under some great photographers. I was the district manager for the high-tech 1 Hour Photo that opened the first 1 Hour Photo Lab up at Westland Mall.
Wow, yeah. I remember those
the day after Christmas, we opened up. I was the only one that knew how to print. And we sat there and we kept that machine going all day long.
It was really funny. I can't remember. My wife was at, I think it was Walgreens, and some little old lady was in there, and they were talking about taking pictures and that. And she says, well, I need to get one of those throwaway cameras, and you can't find them anymore. You really can't.
Yeah, they're harder to find now.
Yeah,
but they are out there still.
And she was panicking. I mean, it was like everyth's digital now. So.
Yeah. Well, and it's a shame because like you and I were talking earlier about the archivability.
Right.
I mean, you print at home, that's as good as the funny papers. And
but people don't back that stuff up either. We're talking about that.
You don't back up the files. So the only archival way to have a photograph today is to actually take it into a photo lab, or like Costco that has a 1 Hour machine set up there, and they can print your digital files to photographic paper, not photo quality paper.
Right.
Yeah, that's the difference. Always, when I was in the trade, people say, "Well, I got this photo quality printer. Well, isn't that any good?" I said, "Well, it's photo quality, but it's not. It looks like a photograph.
Yeah.
But it doesn't smell like a photograph. It
exactly.
Doesn't taste like a photograph, and it doesn't last like a photograph.
And there is a smell.
Yes.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I used to come home every day smelling like Fixer.
So let's talk a little bit about your magazine that you publish here, the Marketplace publication. That's something you and your wife do, and she does all the layout, you said?
Yep.
Mike, why don't you hold that up for the camera? Just hold one up so they can see what it looks like. Now, where can they find this at?
This is available at restaurants, City Hall, automotive waiting rooms throughout Westland.
Say there's a business out there that wants them in their establishment. They can contact you.
They can contact me by the 734-658-5296.
Okay.
Or go to to our website. Go to donnicholson.net. Is our main website, and everything funnels off of that.
Okay.
And they can. We'd be happy to bring it out and deliver for no charge. The paper is free. We publish 15,000 issues every month.
Wow.
And what we do is we feature Westland in this. And
right.
It has all the community events that are going on in Westland. If it's going on at the library, or if it's going on at the ice arena, if it's at a church function that's open to the public.
If I wanted to submit a story, could I do that?
We don't do any editorials.
Okay.
We always tell people we don't write about you if we like you or don't like you.
I got you. Okay. Okay.
And that way it keeps us. We're not a newspaper.
Yeah.
We're a monthly publication, but we don't write anything.
Okay. Is Westland the only city community you'll feature though?
Westland's the only one that we do free listings for all the community events.
Okay, yes. I got you.
And that's why I think it would get inundated if we tried to cover too many different cities.
Yeah, because that could really go crazy.
We do have one Garden City Advertiser in it. Is Outback Auto Repair.
Okay.
And
speaking of that, now you do advertise. Businesses can advertise in that.
Yeah, business can advertise in it.
You want to mention the prices?
$150 a quarter. So it's $150 for a quarter, $300 for a half, or $600 for a full.
Okay.
And that's a monthly price.
Mm-hmm. And it reaches a lot. I mean, 15,000 a month.
Yeah, and we look at it this way. We know that direct mail. If you do 15,000 direct mail, half of those go into garbage.
Yeah.
Where ours are actually picked up, and it's a nice looking publication.
Mm-hmm.
We've tried to do a very high quality printing job, and I get a phone call just about every day from people wanting to advertise with us.
Oh, that's good.
So it's really been picking up.
Keeps
that
it
much.
Going.
I have not had to go out knocking on doors.
And I got to mention that the paper is very white, and it is recycled. But you mentioned it's bleached.
Yeah.
And the difference.
Yeah. The difference is that with the bleaching it stays white, and then it's also UV coated, so it doesn't.
The UV
fade.
Coated, right?
Yeah. And you don't get the like you get when you had the Sunday funnies. If you're a paper boy, you ended up with the ink all over your arms.
Right.
And
you don't get that
with the UV coating. You don't get that.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice looking magazine. It really is.
Yeah, we pay an extra $100 just to have the UV coating on it. By the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it's well worth it. I think
it
really makes a difference. Awesome, awesome.
But it really has been very well accepted by the residents and by the city, by the businesses. Everybody's been very happy with it, and we just we've been just having a great time doing it. We started this. This was our 4th issue. We're working on the 5th issue.
Okay.
And the very first one was 12 pages, and it was almost. Half of it was pictures and freebies. The second issue was a full 12 pages with a lot of advertising in it.
So I would imagine when you first started, there was a lot of legwork. I mean, you probably knocked on a lot of doors for advertising.
Knocked on a lot of doors, picked up the phone. Luckily, I am pretty well connected in Westland with the business community. I'm on the board of directors for the Westland Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, I want to go over some of these organizations you belong to here. You give me a list a mile long. Hey, welcome guests 4, 5, and 6 in the chat room. Appreciate it. If you have any questions, just type it in the bottom there. Let's see. Autopalooza, you're a board member. Autopalooza is
the organization that promotes all of the major automotive events in Southeast Michigan.
Okay.
And they do it as a tourist attraction. So they're funded by Pure Michigan, Visit Detroit, and Motor City's National Heritage Area.
So that's a big outfit. That's
a huge outfit. It actually brings this organization spends $90,000 to $100,000 a year in advertising for all combined the events.
Wow!
So that we bring tourism from out of state.
Mm-hmm.
We advertise in Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Texas, Arizona, throughout Canada, and it brings people up to the Cruisin' Heinz as an event. That's part of it. All-American Wayne Road Cruise is a new event to it this year.
Mm-hmm.
We finally reached a status high enough. And these events are events that what we describe them as is if you drove from, let's say, Arizona or Kentucky or something, and you came to this event, you went back and told all your friends you got to come to Michigan because this event is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And that's what.
Yeah, you want it's a destination now.
Woodward
to
Green
go to
Cruise is part of it.
That's a destination.
The Belle Isle Grand Prix is part of it.
Yeah.
The two races at MIS are part of it.
Okay.
Trying to think of one of the Gratiot cruises is part of it.
Wow.
Back to the Bricks up in Flint is part of it. Concours d'Elegance.
Oh yeah, that's in Plymouth.
In Plymouth now.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. You also, Friends of the Nankin Mills, you're a board member of that. You mentioned Friends of Community Living Services, City of Westland Committee. Also, you're the Wayne Chamber of Commerce president.
Yes.
Was that just recent?
Just recent. I became president January 1st.
Okay. How's that going for you so far?
So far, good. So far, very good. We've made a lot of changes in the last year. For last year, I was vice
Wayne is
president.
looking very nice. Very nice.
Starting to come right around.
Yeah, they have that Main Street
programs. Doing
program.
a lot of different things.
Yeah.
They're a great communications group, and
it's really becoming more and more a walkable city, isn't it?
It really is. There's so many people said when I first brought Cruisin' Michigan to town, they said, "Wow, look at all the people on the sidewalk."
Yeah.
That was the big thing. I think it finally opened up a lot of eyes when we brought that event down. We brought the first year we had 14,000 cars.
Wow.
And that, so all of a sudden, you got all these. It was a traffic jam from the bridge all the way back to Vinoy, and because downtown you've got so many stoplights, one right after the other, that it slows things down.
Well, that's something we've always talked about in Garden City. We would love it to be more of a walkable city, but with Ford Road and they're going 40, 45 miles an hour, it's kind of tough,
Yeah,
But I don't know.
But it's a good shopping district down here in
it is.
City, and that's what makes it nice. I think it's still walkable, but like you said, you got a lot of traffic, and you don't always see the walking when there's that much traffic.
Yeah, when they're going by that fast, they're not even looking at what businesses are there along Ford Road. So it's kind of tough. I think it hurts us a little bit, but we're working on it.
Yeah, too much of our businesses require entrance from the back.
Front entrance, we would need front, and probably on-street parking we would need.
You don't have the space for the off-street parking.
Yeah.
You almost need them to walk around to the front door to get in.
Yeah.
To show that there's people shopping and that.
Yeah, exactly.
And businesses need to realize that Wayne has that issue as well on Wayne Road.
Yeah.
Because there's all the parking's in the back of the building. So
Michigan not so much, but Wayne.
Right. When you drive through, you don't see the people walking down the streets. They're all coming in the back doors. And and that generates a lot of walking traffic. I travel a lot as a way to relax and unwind.
Right. Yep.
Drove a motor scooter all the way out to Sturgis, South Dakota,
wow,
and up into Canada and back. And I stopped at little community shows and whatnot.
That's what we do. Yeah, we do that too.
And I always
take the back roads.
What's going on in this community?
Yep.
What makes this community thrive when they're in the middle of nowhere?
Well, I'm telling you, the majority of them have a slower speed limit. When you approach a city, it's dropped down to 35 or 25.
Yep.
And that is huge. It's huge. They have on-street parking. That's big too.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. And then a lot of it is community. I stopped in a place, it was so funny. I was coming from Saskatchewan into Manitoba.
Okay.
And I stopped to get gas, and this guy's got a really nice-looking British sports car,
and
he's getting gas. So I talked to him. And
being a car guy.
Being a car guy and whatnot. And I asked him where he was going, and he told me that he was going to this small town in Manitoba. He was going to a car show.
Okay.
Well, it was a car show in a city. Now, can you imagine this? The city has a population of under 1,500 people.
Oh, my gosh.
They fund their fire department and their police department with this car show every year.
Wow.
They buy their fire truck. They buy their police cars. They buy all their
Holy cow.
stuff.
Very successful then.
Very successful. And people were coming from North Dakota, South Dakota, from Saskatchewan, from Ontario, from Winnipeg.
Wow.
I won the furthest traveled that year on a motor scooter, on a 250cc scooter.
Okay. Wow. Ask him if he knows Vic Berra. Oh, yeah, we all know Vic Berra.
We all know Vic Berra. That must be Vic signing in.
He goes, have fun with that. I'm a good friend of his, so you know. That's guest 4. Okay. Thank you, sir. When you go into these small towns like that, I mean, what is the draw of these car shows, though? I mean, every car show, it seems, are so successful. Why are they so successful?
Well, I really think that the successful ones are the ones that have a lot of camaraderie. You'll see the cruise nights that go by, and at the restaurants and whatnot, and they have a lot of cars that come in, but not a big fan base, if you will.
Yeah.
But you get shows like Autos for Autism. You get shows like the Barnes Show.
The judging, trophies and all that.
You get some of those. But they also have other things besides just the cars that are there. They always have a little entertainment, a little bit of fun going on.
Right.
It's got there's always
food,
the car, and another reason to be there. And, when we used to do charity car shows, I always brought in vendors. Just to make it a little bit more exciting than just the car
Something
show.
For everybody.
You get the face painting going on. You
it's
get
a big
the cars
family
there. And it really is. It's a family thing. Dad likes the cars or Mom likes the cars. There's a lot of women getting
kids
into the
like
cars
the face
nowadays.
painting.
My son, I drag him around to all the car shows with me. And he's at all of these things, so he likes to get away for the summer, go to Canada, so he can get away from some of the shows.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's like anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm at a show every single weekend, a big show. I'm at a cruise night every night during the week. A lot of guys I'll walk into a show and they'll say, Don, we haven't seen you for a while. I said, well, there's 12 other shows going on the same night, and I got to stop in and say hi at each one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's tough. Need more than one Don.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's where I need Vic Barrick. He needs to come out and help me out.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, Vic would be a good promoter for that. Mike, you got any comments you want to make?
Oh, this is great. I like seeing local events that bring out a significant number of people for a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, community oriented and like you said, there's a lot of camaraderie and.
Oh yeah, it's so much family.
Family.
It really is. We've got more and more people that we see that are building new cars with the family. We like to make sure that our events are family oriented. Heinz Park is very, you've got all the playscapes and everything throughout the park, and being able to do that. Bicycling, the families bicycling up and down the bike paths to be able to see the cars. The Wayne Road All-American Cruise, we added last year a drive-in movie. And that was phenomenal. We did that actually over at Vic's place over at the Wayne Ford Civic.
Okay, yeah.
And I rented the biggest blow-up movie screen available. It was 55 feet.
Wow.
And just
like a drive-in movie.
It was a drive-in movie, and
that's awesome.
And if you go onto the website, you'll see pictures of it.
Kids today don't know what a drive-in movie is.
These kids
they don't know what they're missing.
Well, we showed Cars and American Graffiti.
Oh, wow.
So the kids just had a ball with Cars, and then, of course, all the old guys like us were sitting around watching American Graffiti.
Oh, that's a classic.
But I learned that way. Last year we did it as a kickoff on Friday night, but I learned that I can't stay up till 2:30 in the morning and then be back up at the park at 7 o'clock the next morning. So
that's a little tough.
So this year we've changed it so that the drive-in movie is Saturday night after the cruise.
Okay.
So maybe I can catch a nap sometime around 2 o'clock in the afternoon or something.
Well, speaking of the cruises, let's talk about some of them. Now, you have the Cruise in Michigan, the Road Rally.
Yep, that's a new one we started 2 years ago.
And that's May the 7th.
That's May the 7th, and you can join in with us. It's a $35 registration.
Okay.
It's the minimum package. You can go up higher than that with different decal kits and stuff like that. And this one is a family thing, and it's not speed. You actually drive around our checkpoints or auto heritage sites.
Oh, okay.
I won't tell you where they are, or that would be cheating.
Okay.
And
but this starts where? Where does it start?
It'll be we haven't picked our starting spot yet because we're still getting different groups on board.
I got you.
But
it's an actual road rally.
It's an actual road rally.
Okay.
And you'll be starting off in the morning and finishing off at the end of the night at a party.
Oh, okay.
And
wow, that sounds like a lot of fun.
And there's a $500 first place prize.
And any kind of car can
Any
enter,
kind
right?
of car, yeah. You can enter your minivan or your classic car, or your Mustang GT, or your Model T.
Yeah.
And that's what we've tried to make it so that any kind of vehicle can get in.
We actually did a road rally in a limo.
Okay.
Oh my gosh!
You can get
we
a
had
limo,
like 12
come
or
on
14 people in there. Oh,
Yeah.
it was fun.
and have fun.
A lot of fun.
And we're trying to make this a little bit auto heritage history, so that the point, you get your points by answering questions at each different spot you're at.
Right.
So,
But it'll probably be in the vicinity.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just say that.
Oh yeah, it'll be all over southeastern
Okay.
Michigan area.
And that's May the 7th.
Yep.
And more information to follow. Then you have the Hot Rod Palooza.
Yep.
That's May 28th.
That's May 28th. We've been doing that. This will be the third year.
Okay.
Normally done down at Milan Dragway, and this year we weren't. Milan had some other conflicts with the dates that we were available, so we're moving that to Westland, and that's going to be held this year at the Wayne Ford Civic League.
Oh, good.
And
Vic will love it.
Yeah, Vic will love it. We're going to party with Vic some more, and it is a car show. Last year we had 600 cars.
Oh wow, very good.
So we'll have it's a car show, vendor row. There's
now
swap meets.
will the Ford Civic be open during that time? or no?
It'll all be outside.
Okay, everything outside.
Everything's outside.
Yeah,
We'll
it's
have
a huge
food
parking
available,
lot.
and we'll have entertainment. And we do the Miss Hot Rod Palooza contest.
And let's see, May 28th. What day is that? Is
That's
that
a
week?
Saturday.
Okay, it's a weekend, and May 7th too. I was.
Yes, that's
okay.
Saturday also.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, and
All American Wayne Road Cruise, July the 9th.
July the 9th.
Also a Saturday.
That is also Saturday. Yeah.
And that takes place
That's all of Westland. So Joy Road to Glenwood.
Joy Road to Glenwood.
Yeah.
That's a long one. How many cars do you anticipate there?
We're hoping, this year we should be well into the 20,000.
Now, how does that work going through the city like that?
It's there's so many different places where these guys are parking.
Yeah.
And then of course we sponsor the historic Wayne Village or West.
Oh, right.
Westland Historic Village
On Wayne Road there.
on Wayne Road there, and we give away a dash plaque to the first 100 cars that show up and park at the
I think
village.
last year I was over there.
Yeah.
Me and the wife came over there. to
And
the
that was
village.
a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. Some nice cars.
We had the Grand Prix car was there a couple of
Yeah.
years. They're coming back again this year.
Okay.
And we'll have quite a few other show cars and whatnot, which reminded me at the Hot Rod Palooza this year.
Okay.
Our feature vehicles are all TV and movie cars. We've got the Batmobile,
No way.
the Monkeys car.
Oh, wow.
We've got the Munsters coach,
Really?
Speed Racer. What else? Herbie the Love Bug. The Bandit car.
Oh my gosh.
The Bandit.
Yeah, it's from Smokey and the Bandit. We've got the Starsky and Hutch car. So you're going to see about 14, 12.
Dukes of Hazzard?
Dukes of Hazzard cars.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
we got General Lee. So we'll see. And here's one that most people miss out. They see the car and they don't understand what it is.
Okay.
It's Lois Lane's car from the original George Reeves TV show, the black and white one that those old guys remember.
Yeah, yeah, I do remember that. That's dating ourselves, isn't it, a little bit?
So there's that one there, and everybody looks at it and says, "What's this car doing in the middle of all these TV and movie cars?"
Wow.
Tell me
Mike and Sharon are listening. They're guest 7. So hi, Mike and Sharon. Glad to have you. You got any questions? Let us know. Mike, you know Mike. You know Mike. Mike
Mike knows all.
They're
Mike,
related
right?
by what? Marriage or right?
Yeah, his son and my daughter are married.
Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Cruisin' Hines, that's the big one.
That's the big one.
August 28th.
Yep, and it's a Sunday.
And that is a Sunday.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Saturdays always hold up for the bicycles, so they.
Right.
So we went to the Saturday or the
So
Sunday.
tell us a little more about Cruisin' Hines. Now, you this is bigger than
By car count, it's bigger than
car
Woodward
count.
Dream Cruise.
Woodward Dream Cruise.
Woodward Dream Cruise announces that they do 40,000 cars.
Okay.
We don't even have a way to count anymore.
Yeah.
We know we've.
I was
surpassed
asking you,
the
what do you use, a
40,000.
counter? You go, those clickers, you wear them out.
We killed those clickers the first year we tried to do it. I said earlier that we 2 other companies came out to do this, and they started off with under 100 cars.
Oh wow.
So my goal the first year was to do between 4,000 and 5,000 cars, and I told Wayne County Parks.
And that was a pretty pretty realistic.
Yeah, that was what I was figuring was a realistic number.
First year.
And for the first year. So I told him, I said, if I don't do 4,000 to 5,000 cars, we're not going to do it again.
Okay.
And we had 24,371 registered vehicles in the park.
The first year.
The first year. Now, people had to register that year.
Wow.
They brought in, they could print their form up online, but we only counted what got handed to us.
Okay.
Or they could come and we would have a blank that they could fill out and whatnot. So we had that set up coming in.
Phenomenal.
We
I bet you couldn't
ran out.
believe it.
Oh, well, we ran out of forms ourselves at like 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the afternoon. They were still coming in steady till 5 o'clock.
That's crazy.
It was like people were getting into the park and seeing what it was like, and they're calling all their friends and telling them, you got to come to this.
Oh, my gosh.
We've had people come as far away as Germany.
Wow.
That actually came specifically for the cruise. Last year we had 35 cars from Australia.
Oh my gosh.
They were shipped in from Australia and came up. They actually used this was the last event they came to. They traveled across Route 66.
Oh wow.
And then they drove back and had the cars shipped back to Australia.
That is very impressive.
We've had cars all across Canada.
So that's your baby, really.
That really is. That's my big one.
So we're talking. Would you say 60,000?
60,000
cars.
We're right in the 60,000.
And a million people probably at least.
That's an estimate from the sheriff's department that they gave us.
And Wayne County is really on board with this.
They're phenomenal to work with, and we're going to be helping them out a little bit more next year with the Light Fest.
Oh, okay.
So it's really funny. Somehow one of the radio stations mixed up 2 years ago. They put my phone number in for the Light Fest phone number.
Oh, no.
And I was getting so many phone calls every day that I would just call the office in the morning and find out if the Light Fest was on that night and if there was a special thing and what the rate was.
Oh, my gosh.
So it got to the point where I just started answering all the calls.
Answering for that. Oh, that's hilarious.
And this year I actually only got 2 phone calls.
Oh, okay.
But it's been fun.
And then you guys make like a donation, is it, to the county, or?
We pay a fee to the county based on the vendors and different sponsorship packages that we do. So yeah, that's how we pay the county.
So if a vendor wanted to come and sell hot dogs or something,
tacos,
they just contact you and get registered.
If they go onto our website, go to cruisinheinz.com.
Okay.
There's a vendor form right there.
All right. Get it submitted.
Submit it to us. The sooner they get it in,
earlier the better.
Yeah, because we start putting people in places. We have a map on the computer that we put your spot on the map.
How many vendors would you guesstimate you have?
Last year we had, I think it was 29 food vendors.
Okay.
And they all ran out of food.
Wow.
So we can't feed enough people. We need more vendors.
Yeah.
Ice cream vendors are the same thing.
Yeah. Anything. Yeah. Anything with substance.
The restaurants that are close by, walking distance, all tell us how great they do that day.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. That's
especially
huge.
the pizza places and stuff like that. So,
yeah. And Grindstone just opening there, and they ought to do good.
Grindstone's going to be working with us this year with the All-American Cruise.
Now, that used to be Beaver Creek.
Correct.
Now it's James.
James over there done a great job with that. And
we were over there for Richard's. You were there too for his, the party, the council
Richard's
swearing
party.
in.
Yep.
Phenomenal food.
The food's just fantastic.
Wow.
And it's the thing.
And a great looking place.
They brought in so many people so fast.
Yes.
That their staff can't even get trained fast enough. And
so they're probably looking for staff.
They are looking for staff.
So anybody interested, get over there.
He's always looking for smiling faces, happy faces. And, and that.
That really goes a long way. Let me tell you.
It does. Well, James wants to do it. He wants to make it sort of like, remember Farrell's?
Yes. Oh.
Where you come
the ice cream
place.
Have
a good time. You're partying. You want to have
real
some
family oriented too.
Yeah.
They serve booze, but I mean, hey, families go there, right? They're all welcome to everybody.
Oh yeah, it's
entertainment.
They got entertainment. They got karaoke. He's trying to make it a fun place.
I'd like to maybe get him on the show, maybe. And
James would be good.
Yeah, that'd be good. Get him out here and.
This thing was,
Introduce him.
I was in there, you know, because we're doing some of his advertising and we do some of his promotion and marketing. And we do that for other businesses as well. That's another thing that Don Nicholson Enterprises does.
Yeah.
But I've been in there when they were still sawing away and, you know, redecorating and everything. And it was just phenomenal to watch that place take shape.
Yeah, on the outside he painted it really cool colors.
They
and
put
everything.
the facade up on the roof.
Yeah.
It looks like a Wild West town.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, they're actually on Facebook, so I mean you can check it out on Facebook too.
Yeah.
So they'd like to have you and stop by and have something to eat. So I think we covered all the cruises and all the organizations pretty much. Westland Chamber of Commerce, your board member there, vice chair. Anything else you want to
just
to let us know about?
I do a lot of work with disabilities.
Okay.
I'm a vice chair for the city of Westland for Mayor Wild's
disability
concern committee.
Mm-hmm.
Community Living Services is part of they look after people that have disabilities. They look after getting services for them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know anybody that is disabled in any way, shape, or form, they help. They work with you. They try and get you services that are available through the county, through the state, at no charge to you.
And it doesn't matter what community you live in.
Doesn't matter what community, and they're in Wayne, Oakland, Macomb County. And there's other organizations as well, but that's the one I happen to be part of.
Awesome.
And they do some great stuff. I mean, you know, they look after some group homes. They make sure that they oversee a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're having issues with the getting a bridge card or something like that you need for someone with disabilities, they'll go to bat for you.
Awesome.
And none of
Well,
this
that's good to know.
It's all for free. You know.
And once again, your phone number is people.
734-658-5296.
Okay, and I have all the information here, and I will be mentioning this throughout the shows and promoting your cruises for you. And anything you want us to help you promote, send it to me.
We look
you know
forward
where
to
I'm
seeing
at.
you guys out there. You know, we'll have to do a parade lap or something in some convertibles.
Hey,
and,
that would work. Yeah, I'd like that.
We want to do, you know, this is the 50th.
one of these.
Yeah, you do the Queen's Wave. And well, you know, it's supposed to be well, it's not supposed to be. It's the 50th anniversary of Westland.
Yes.
So we're really going to bring it up big this year. Maybe we can all get together and we can ride in the Monkey Mobile down.
Hey,
Wayne
that would
Road.
be sweet. Yeah, I'd like that.
Hey, we're the monkeys.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, actually, Mayor Wild's supposed to come on the show, so we're trying to nail down a date for him. He's got a lot of stuff planned, I guess, for the
Mayor
50th.
Wild's been just phenomenal to work with, you know, and the city of Westland's been great to work with for me. You know, as a
they're
private,
really growing.
Promoter, organizer. You know, it's just great to work with the city. And
well, you know, we'd like you to come into Garden City and do some things with us if possible.
Start a Garden City marketplace.
Yeah, I said we can definitely talk about that. I'd love to work with you guys. You know, Garden City's been my next door neighbor. You know, I actually, you know, I live in the south end of Westland over by Palmer and Newburgh now.
Okay, yeah.
But,
right where it is.
Yeah, I was originally over at Joy Road, Merriman for many years. Went to Nankin Mills.
Okay.
Elementary school, Nankin Mills Junior High School, and then Churchill.
We had a restaurant right at Glenwood and Wayne Road, right next door to the hardware store there. The Owl's Nest. I don't know if you remember that back in the 70s.
Oh, that was before my time.
right across from the Dairy Queen.
You know, it's funny. You know, when I lived at Joy and Merriman, we never went south of Ford Road. Unless you're going to the airport, and it was down Merriman Road.
Yeah, there's parts that we do the same thing.
Yeah,
and,
you go to Westland Mall.
You miss so much.
Like
you really
that.
do.
And as a young kid in that area, that was it. You know, I was supposed to buy my first car here in Garden City, but the guy didn't think I had the money. They used to have the British car dealership over on Ford Road.
Let's see.
Across the street from the funeral home. It's now.
By Gordon Chevrolet?
No, on the other side of the street, further down.
You mean where the Dodge dealer is? Suburban?
No. That's on the north side.
Oh.
You know where the cemetery is?
I know where you're talking.
That used to be a British car dealership.
Yes.
When I was 15, I had saved up my money to buy I wanted to buy a Jag E-Type.
Okay. Yeah.
And I had saved up the money to buy a 1-year-old one. I could afford a 1-year-old one. I went up on my bicycle, you know, pedaled up there every week. And the guy told me my name was on the list. And he never had one to sell me. He said, no, we just haven't got anything in. sort of kept blowing me off every week.
Oh.
And finally, I turned 16, got my license, and my dad says, "Come on, you're driving your mother's car. You got the money. I'm taking you to the dealership." So he took me down to Leo Calhoun Ford down in Plymouth.
Oh, yeah.
And bought a brand new LTD.
Oh, wow.
And paid cash for it and everything. I drove from there.
Never did get the Jag.
No, never got the Jag. I've owned a lot of Triumphs in my time, but I've never owned a Jag.
Oh, wow.
And I used to drag race a Triumph.
Okay.
I had a Triumph Spitfire I used to drag race.
Yeah, Spitfire, yep.
But,
remember him well.
Oh, yeah. So
that's going back.
Spent a lot of years drag racing that and having fun. But I've had TR4s, TR3s, TR2s.
Wow.
TR6s, 7s.
Yeah, you're quite the car guy, that's for sure.
It's funny. I don't know as much about cars as a lot of people think I do, but I guess I know how to throw a good car party.
Yeah, you do. For sure.
Apparently.
Mike, anything you want to say to Don?
No, it's like I said, it's great the kind of things he's doing in
Very impressive.
Westland, and it makes me think that we need to get some of that kind of stuff going in Garden City too.
Yeah.
I think Garden City is really a phenomenal community here, and there are a lot of stuff. I know with your Garden City Business Alliance, I think that's such a great way to network the businesses together and get things going.
Yeah. That was the whole point of it, and it is. It's becoming more successful, and we're growing, and we all work together. That's for sure. We all want the same thing.
In business, we all like to do business with people we know. So
yeah.
when businesses get together and they work together,
exactly,
they start building that network up of business owners working together.
Right.
And then when they start getting involved in the different community aspects,
mm-hmm.
when you start doing the farmers markets and the shows and the car shows or concerts, and you've got the business owners right there at the event.
Yeah.
Now you've introduced the business to the community.
Exactly.
And this is what's built my business so well. Everybody kept saying in these economic times, well, you know what, I started my business when the economic times were in the worst.
Yes.
And we built it to being, my wife has quit her job. She's now working with me,
mm-hmm.
And we're paying the bills. And
can't ask for anything more than that.
No, and this is something that a lot of people don't realize is that the businesses need to get out, and a lot of it, and I was in the same position. I owned a photo lab over on Middle Belt, north of Ann Arbor Trail,
mm-hmm.
for many years, and I didn't have the time,
mm-hmm.
and instead of making the time. And really, that's what it is it's making the time to show up at some of the networking events, being involved in the community and doing things.
That's
And,
exactly
the
right.
businesses that you see that are striving and really prospering the most
mm-hmm.
are the ones that you're seeing at all these different events.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that are really reaching out to the community and doing a lot of stuff. It's hard to own a business.
It is. It's very hard. It's very hard. But
when
like you said, you got to be involved. You have to be involved in your community. That
Absolutely.
Community is your bread and butter.
Yeah. If you're not there, then nobody's going to know you're there.
Exactly. You can't help someone that doesn't want to help themselves. You know what I'm saying?
My day starts very early in the morning and goes very late at night. I work out of the house, so and I was in D.C. this weekend visiting my new grandchild and answering the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Still on the computer, working, doing things, still doing sales calls. I'm driving down the Pennsylvania Turnpike coming back,
and the wheels are always
the
turning.
wheels are always turning. I wake up in the middle of the night, and I've got.
If I get 4 hours sleep, I'm lucky because it's crazy.
I'm pretty good.
A lot on your
Most
mind.
of the time, it's really funny. I go from one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
I'll either sleep all night long.
Yeah.
Or I'll be up every hour. So it goes from one extreme to the next.
Yeah.
I can't get.
That's true. That's true. And sometimes it catches up to you, so you have to sleep all night.
Well, driving to D.C. and back this weekend.
Yeah.
I was literally exhausted on Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
And it gets you that much. So
yeah,
I was able to take a little bit of time and just make some phone calls and work around the house a little bit.
You got to have me time too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You and the wife need to get away, like you said, and do that. It's very important.
And we try to make sure that we do that. But it's also fun being able to go out with my wife now at the
date
different
night
community events and different things.
Yeah, that's nice.
We both go to the ribbon cuttings because
mm-hmm.
it shows our community involvement.
Yep.
They just had Blues Brews and Barbecues in Westland last summer.
Yeah.
And they had the Blues Brothers come in. Well, I borrowed a buddy of mine's car from the Planes, Trains, and Automobiles movie.
Oh, really? Really?
And drove the Blues Brothers in it.
Oh, wow.
So
I have a picture taken with one of the Blues Brothers
at
Disney World.
At Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're real popular. That's for
Jake.
sure. All over. Yeah, Jake.
And my 2 grandkids.
But it is. It's a fun time, and it's good to get involved in the community. It really is. No matter what you do, if you volunteer or you chair an event or anything,
do something.
Do something.
It really is. I mean, I'm on 16 boards, committees, and commissions.
Yeah.
And and it sounds like a lot, but when you're doing something that you love doing, it doesn't take up that much time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what really comes down to it is if you're out there involved in your community, do something you like to do.
Yep.
Whether that's cars or maybe it's doing something with the seniors.
Yeah.
Every community has a senior group. Every community has a kids group.
Mm-hmm.
Get out and help the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring the kids up.
Yep.
Let's give them something that
right.
Rather than having to spend all that time just on computers.
Yeah.
Let's get them out playing. Let's get them out doing things.
Right.
And
it's tough. I'll tell you, when we first started the GCBA, I mean, we knocked on doors, and to get those businesses involved, they're all gung-ho. They really want to get involved, and then you have a meeting and nobody shows up.
Nobody shows up.
But we were real lucky for our first meeting. We had over 30 people, over 35 businesses, so we're real pleased.
That's a good start.
It's growing. It is. It's getting better, and we have a lot of good people, a lot of volunteers. Mike and Sharon, they're involved a lot, and Mike's involved, and like me and my wife, or like you and your wife, we're involved and do a lot of things together. So, that's what it takes.
It does. It really takes.
When you have successful events, it makes it easier for more people to say, "Hey, I'd like to be part of that."
Yes. Yes.
Well,
we're very fortunate.
I've been a big follower of Henry Ford, and I used to think I knew a lot about Henry Ford.
Yeah.
Until I worked down at the Paquette factory for a week.
Oh,
and
okay.
I found out I knew nothing. But one of the things Henry did was he did a lot of slogans.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I see you every now and then post a quote of his.
Yes, and one of the things I've done is we have our own slogan for our business, and it's when all the communities work together, all the individuals win.
Yeah,
and I look
true.
at communities as you're a community,
Think
I'm
about
a community, Mike's a community, and when we all work together, then all of the other people out there win from what we do.
Mm-hmm.
When you bring out a positive thing in the community, and that's really what it's about. And
what we're doing now. We're incorporating more residents are even becoming more involved in the GCBA, and that's great because they have a lot of ideas and what they want to see too.
Sure they do. And everybody wants to have a say-so in their community, what happens in their community.
And this gives them that.
And it gives them that opportunity, and it also gives them the reason to know why something might not be able to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Or what it takes to make something happen.
Or maybe not right now, but maybe down the road.
Maybe down the road.
In the future. You have to think ahead, right?
Sometimes it's always easy to look on the outside in and say, why aren't they doing this?
Yeah, yeah.
And what really it comes down to is it's either money or manpower.
Yeah, true.
To do it. So, it's always easy to sit back and say, well, hey, so-and-so did it, why can't we?
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't realize so-and-so put out lots of money to do it, or had so many people backing them, or whatever the case was. And it's like you said, you're starting with 30 people.
Yeah, very grassroots.
That's
very grassroots.
That's very grassroots, but it's growing. So when 30 people go out, and if each one of them talk to another person,
mm-hmm.
And told 30 more people, now you got 60.
Yeah.
And it grows.
Snowballs, hopefully.
It snowballs, yeah.
Yeah. And word of mouth is really the best.
It really is.
It really is
with the internet nowadays and with social media.
Oh my gosh. Isn't social media awesome? I mean, really, Facebook, it's such a great tool if it's used right.
It really is. And one of my problems with it is most of the car guys are the old guys. Who don't get in social media. They don't do Facebook.
That would be a problem.
We did, like I said, we had 24,371 registered vehicles.
Wow.
Over half of those had either no email or had an email that was a guy's name and an email that said like Susie Q at, or it was definitely a woman's. So what I said was it's the wife always has the email.
Yeah.
So that the kids can get in contact with her.
Okay.
The father says, you know where I'm at? I'm in the garage. Come over and visit. So for
So
us
did
to
you
try
use
and research-
yeah? So you went through the wife's email,
Yeah.
or did you use snail mail and
We
then
do both.
just mail them out? Yeah.
Well, it got to the point where originally, 4,000 to 5,000 cars was what I was hoping for.
Okay.
I figured I could
Yeah.
afford that postage bill.
Yeah.
But when
Wow.
it came to 24,000, we said we
That's
just can't
phenomenal.
afford.
I
to
bet
do
you
the
couldn't
bill.
believe it.
It took me till November. And the event was in August,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to get all of the forms registered in our computer.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a real count.
Uh-huh.
Because I would not announce how many cars we had until I got them all in the computer and counted.
It really makes you feel good, though,
It
doesn't
does. Oh, it's phenomenal.
When we did our trunk or treat, for instance,
Yeah.
that was our very first trunk or treat, and we said, well, if we get, a couple hundred people, couple hundred families, 2,500 families
Yeah.
showed up. The line was from Kroger's all the way out to Middle Belt. We had 65 trunks, and it was just phenomenal. I mean,
And
we
most of them ran out of candy.
we could
Had
not
to go back
believe
and
it.
get more.
Yeah, they kept going to Kroger's and Dollar Store, and it was a win-win for them.
Sure,
You know?
sure.
So all them people we brought from Warren and all over, I mean, is phenomenal.
And that's really what it's all about. When you look at how many, we had 18 states represented at the Heinz Drive Cruise last year.
Wow.
And
countries even.
Yeah, and then coming in from Australia and Germany, and these are people that were interviewed by the TV channels.
Mhm.
They came in, so we know they were there.
Yeah.
They were the ones that talked to them.
Yeah.
And we had Skeeter, another guy that's from California, who puts on events, puts on
Wow.
car events out in California.
So he came out
He came
maybe
out to see what Heinz was.
Yeah.
He
Maybe
kept,
steal a few ideas.
well, we work
Hey,
together.
yeah,
Right. And that's
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it. I always say I go to Woodward Dream Cruise. I go to every single other car cruise around.
Right. There might be something you're missing.
And what
Who
I
knows?
don't see, and I look at what the businesses are doing at them,
Uh-huh.
so I can bring it back to our businesses.
There you go.
Because I want the main goal for the cruise, especially the Wayne Road cruise,
Mhm.
is that the businesses up and down Wayne Road need to prosper from this event.
Yeah.
They're there 12 months of the year.
Mhm.
We want them to benefit from this event. If it's not benefiting the businesses and it's not benefiting the community, then it's not worth doing.
Mm-hmm.
And the businesses need to be able to prosper at this event. So I go in and I talk to them, and I tell every business, I can show you how to make money with this. It might not be the day of the event, but I can show you how to benefit from this event if you get involved.
And see, that's a big part of it. Garden City residents, they know the businesses in Garden City. The Westland residents know. We want to bring outside the cities and
Yeah.
bring them in and showcase it.
Well, like
Let
I
them
said,
know what we have.
when I lived at Joy Road in Merriman, I didn't come south of Ford Road.
Yeah, there
This
you go.
is an opportunity to bring people from other areas south of Ford Road.
Exactly.
And, and a way to be able to be out there and just say, hi, we're here, we welcome you, come on in and let us show you our place.
Yep. Well, it's awesome. I think you're doing a great job, and we're very happy that you come and joined us tonight. And we will promote that for you. And you're the co-host, so you got to stick around.
Well, be happy to come out for more.
All right. Thanks, Don. Okay, let me remind our residents that next regular city council meeting is going to be held Monday, January 25th at 7 p.m. in the council chambers, and that's located at 6,000 Middle Belt Road. They urge all residents to attend. I just want to mention again, if you'd like to be a guest on our show or a guest co-host like Don, then all you have to do is send us an email at gccommunitychat@gmail.com. We'll shoot you some dates, and that's all there is to it. Maybe you own a business or belong to an organization you'd like us to share your information with us and the surrounding communities. If so, this is the forum for you. Once again, email us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com, or what the heck, give us a call at 734-788-9319. We look forward to hearing from you. Our show does reach a broad area of community, so get us the information, and we'll do our best to get that out there for you. Next week, our guest co-host will be Kate Smith. She is a resident of Garden City and also an advocate for the city as well as the business community. You may know Kate from the Florence Park project. She did a great job on that, and we will be here, and she'll be here to discuss that and other projects in the works. And also in the very near future, like I mentioned, Westland Mayor William Wild will be on the talk show soon, as soon as we can get some dates nailed down. He's going to talk about all the celebrations that he has for Westland's 50th anniversary. So we'll be in touch with him very soon. You probably got some stuff planned, right, for the anniversary?
With all of our events, yes.
All your events, a lot of stuff.
Well, another thing that I just thought of is
Yeah.
this is the 100th anniversary of national parks.
Oh, wow.
And one of the boards I'm on is Motor City's National Heritage Area. And did you know you're sitting in a national park area right now?
No.
Yes.
Really?
So I'll come back out and talk more about that one.
Yeah,
I thought
absolutely.
it was at Carrie's house.
Did you get your park permit to come
No.
in the front door?
Right. Yeah, you got to come back and talk about that. Yeah.
You don't have any bears here, do you?
Uh-huh.
You don't have any bears.
No,
here,
no
do
bears.
you?
No bears. No.
Smokey shot.
Yeah.
After that movie, I don't know.
Oh, what movie's that?
Oh, Reverend.
Oh,
Reverend,
my
yeah.
gosh. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. So
I haven't either.
I do want to see it, though.
It sounds a little brutal for me.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. True story, though. Okay, we're going to get Mike in here now and see what announcements he has for tonight, and then we're going to wrap the show up. So let's get Mike's cue up the music. Hey, it's time to get Mike in here for some community announcements. So, Mike, take it away.
Thank you, Kerry.
All right.
Our first one is Coffee with Kinesic.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Yeah, on the second. That's how he told me to pronounce his name when I first met him.
Okay.
Like you were sneezing. Coffee with Kinesic.
That's
Senator
funny.
David Kinesic has coffee hours on the second Monday of every month. The Garden City time frame is 10:30 to 11:30 at Maplewood Center, 31735 Maplewood Street. State Representative Julie Policki and our brand new has got to be in quotation marks because we've seen him around forever.
Right.
County Commissioner Glenn Anderson
Yep.
will also be there. There's a euchre tournament to benefit our home food pantry. This is going to be Saturday, January 30th at the American Legion Post 32, 9318 New Road Road in Livonia. Registration begins at 6. Games begin at 7. Cost is $20 per person. You can pre-register by emailing PRYBAK1, Pryback1, hotmail.com by January 27th, or call Pat at 734-793-1859. Cash prizes for the top 3 highest point totals, raffles 50-50, pizza, beer, wine, and pop, also a Red Wing ticket raffle. They're playing tonight, so hopefully they'll get back on the winning streak again.
Right.
Coming to Albert's on the Alley, the Kiwanis Club of Garden City is having a trivia night. It's going to be Wednesday, January 27th.
We're actually having a team.
Yes, there is a community chat team.
Yes, there is. Yes, there will be.
Mrs. Chat.
Mrs. Chat.
Mr. Chat. And co-host Mike. Chat.
Get my wife involved in that if you need another one.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
a lot of fun. Going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm
I don't know
looking
if
forward to
else,
it.
Mike and Sharon are in it. I think we have 5 right now. We can have 6.
Okay.
I'm not sure if we have a 6th one yet.
Depending on what kind of trivia, she's good at. She's better at it than I am.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of fun.
There's certain topics I know nothing about. As Jeopardy will point out to me
But some
every night.
you
and
might
there's
know,
other topics that I go, bam.
Exactly.
I
That's
got more
the fun of it.
I got more worthless information on that topic than you get to take a stick at. Anyway, this is at Albert's on the Alley, 5651 Middlebelt Road. $10 per person, maximum 6-person teams. First prize $100, second prize $50, third prize $25, a 50-50 raffle, cash bar and food available for a purpose. This will help support the Garden City Kiwanis and all the projects that they do with the
Right.
children in the community.
And we do a lot.
Yes, we do. Garden City High School Project Graduation 2016 is having a bowling fundraiser Saturday, January 23rd at Cherry Hill Lanes, 300 North Inkster Road, Dearborn Heights, Michigan. $20 per person, includes 3 games, shoes, pizza, and pop. Check-in at 7, bowling starts at 8. You can email your form to gchsprojectgrad2016@gmail.com or sdcatton, CATTON, at hotmail.com. We have some typical announcements that many of which center around our very active library. How pumped are you for the Art Filmorama? The Garden City Public Library is pleased to announce it's showing for Saturday, January 16th. That's just 2 days away, from 2 to 4:30. Marie Antoinette. Sofia Coppola wrote and directed this historic drama from the famed French queen and the days leading up to the French Revolution, starring Kirsten Dunst as the title character. Coppola combines both historical designs and modern touches to really tell the story of a 14-year-old queen. We hope to see you there. Let 'em eat cake.
That's a real head-turning movie, isn't it?
Yeah. Let 'em eat cake. Yeah. The monthly bad horror movie meetup.
Yeah, this is a good one too.
On Wednesday, January 27th, the library will be showing Troll 2, starting at 6 p.m. The movie follows a family being pursued by vegetarian goblins who want to turn.
I don't know what they're trying to do to the kids.
Who want to transform the family into plants so they can eat them.
This was on their website.
You're probably thinking, what do goblins have to do with trolls?
Yeah.
The answer is absolutely nothing. That's part of the appeal of this truly so bad is good horror movie. We hope to see you there. The film is rated PG-13.
Oh, boy.
Prom fashion night. Come on out and see the latest prom fashions for the 2016 prom on Saturday, February 27th. Doors open at 6. Fashion show at 7. It's going to be at the Garden City School, O'Leary Auditorium, 6500 Middlebelt Road. Proceeds will benefit the 2016 project graduation senior class all-night party. Any questions regarding the show, please contact Sally Q, SALLIEQ 49 at yahoo.com.
Sally Q, not Susie Q.
Sally Q. And enter prom fashion show in the subject line. Adult Craft Night. Due to the success of our Christmas Adult Craft Night, the Garden City Public Library is pleased to announce it will be holding a second Adult Craft Night on Monday, January 18th, starting at 6 p.m. Patrons are encouraged to come and get a little crafty. We'll be using old magazine pages and cute cutout designs to make a color collage. Materials will be provided, so all you have to do is show up and get ready to get your craft on. Ages 14 and up are welcome. Please call in advance to register at 734-793-1830. Here's some important information. As a free service to our residents, you can take your old or outdated prescription medicines to the Garden City Garden City Police Department. There's a box in the lobby to collect and properly dispose of potentially dangerous medicines which are no longer needed. And that's all I got, Gary.
That's it?
Yep.
All right, I got one here that Sharon gave me today. If I forgot this, she'd kill me. Yeah. But anyway, thanks to Meyer, coats have been donated for people in need on Wednesday, January 20th. The thrift shop at Maplewood Center will be handing out coats free of charge from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Nice. They estimate we have an estimate of 25 women's coats. They said come and get a warm coat while supplies last at Maplewood Senior Center Thrift Shop, 31735 Maplewood Street in Garden City. So, and let's say hi to Adolph Jamison is in the chat room. He says, Happy New Year. Very big smile. Thank you very much. So thanks for joining us. We appreciate that. Also, if you're having any kind of events where you need face painting done, please call Adele. Face Painting by Adele at 734-620-0628. I told her I would give her a shout-out tonight. She does a great job. She actually did all the body painting for the Garden Club calendar.
Oh, for the calendar?
Yeah, remember the calendar? Calendar?
The calendar.
Yeah.
I remember Mr. October. And,
yeah, he doesn't let us forget that.
Well, we don't let him forget it.
I offered to model for the next one, but they never decided to do one. So
they just two, and I guess they decided to take a year off at least.
Yeah, they're going to do one every other year, every 2 years, maybe something like that.
Well, Adele should have come out tonight because my wife told me before I came. She said I have a face for radio, but I didn't know you were going to be videotaping this. So we could have.
Oh, hey, you're doing great. You're doing great.
We're all better on radio.
So she does a great job. So anybody interested, give Adele a call. All right. Are you a business owner, citizen, community advocate interested in serving the business community? If so, the Garden City Business Alliance is looking for you. Becoming a member is very easy. Just visit their website at GCBiz, that's B-I-Z, 48135.org, and fill out the contact page, or give them a call at 734-788-9319. Also, visit their Facebook page at facebook.com/Garden City Business Alliance. So why not consider joining the GCBA and be a part of moving our business community forward? Or better yet, why not come to their next membership meeting as their guest February the 12th, 6 p.m. at the Garden City Public School Board offices. That's located at 1333 Radcliffe. They would love to have you. School Superintendent Derek Fisher, a new member of the Garden City Business Alliance, has graciously offered to host that meeting. So we thank him very much. Okay, before we sign off
Got
tonight.
a couple items from the paper, too.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, at the last council meeting, they talked about sidewalk assessment for people that have broken sidewalks and so forth.
Right.
And so the next council meeting that you announced should have more specifics on that. One of the questions that was raised was, if I've got broken sidewalk, but it's because of a tree owned by the city planted on the berm and its roots have broken it, am I going to have to pay to have that sidewalk fixed when it was your tree that broke it?
They didn't have an answer, but they're going to get one.
Now, as I recall, several years ago when we went through this, I was in that very situation with an elm tree that had been marked for being torn down, and it took them 3 or 4 years before they actually did tear it down. That broke up the sidewalk, and as I recall, the city cut down the tree and fixed those sidewalk plats free. A couple others that needed to be fixed I had to pay for, but that was fine.
And how long ago was that?
Oh, many years.
So I imagine probably things have changed, huh?
Yeah.
But you don't know.
It probably, let's see, we've been there since 71, which is what, 44 years, probably a good 35, 40 years.
Long as us. You've been here.
Yeah, you and I moved in the same year.
Yeah.
And also, we were interested in seeing that the library is purchasing a piece of property formerly owned by the Garden City Public Schools that ultimately will be a freestanding library over by where Berger was.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Unfortunately, they still got to raise $2.5 million to actually build the building.
Yeah.
So it's not going to happen overnight.
No.
But at least they got their foot in the ground.
And they're taking donations.
Donations.
I think there's a address or phone number. Or,
They got a GoFundMe account?
Yeah, that's what I think they do have a GoFundMe, if I'm not
Checks
mistaken.
made out to the Garden City Library Building Fund.
There you
and
go.
they be mailed to the library at 31735 Maplewood Street, Garden City 48135.
Yeah, anyone
They also
interested.
have a brochure explaining more about the donations and the fund is available at the library. So that's an encouraging sign. I think everybody that's interested in libraries in Garden City would really welcome us getting back to our own freestanding library. They do a great job over there at Maplewood, but they don't have enough space to really do the kinds of things that they'd like.
But I'll tell
to
you,
be able to do.
It's bigger than I thought it was from the outside. I mean, it is. It's bigger than I thought. But yeah, you're right. They need it. They need their own.
Like the TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
With the kind of people they got going over there running some of these programs. We're just cramping their style.
Yeah.
And putting them in a smaller smaller venue than.
Exactly.
The things that they could do with a bigger space are just unbelievable.
You know, it's amazing in Westland. You know, since we started doing this paper, the library sends us all the stuff that they do, and I never realized
you can't keep
how
up.
much is going on at the library.
That's a fantastic library.
Yeah.
Now we're not going to have a library like the one in Westland.
No.
I mean, it's a lot bigger and more expensive.
It's a bigger
than
city.
we'll have,
But what I was listening to you tell what they were doing at the small library, I mean, that's phenomenal in itself.
It is. It's amazing.
And so when you start looking at all those things, and like you said, get them into a bigger building, whether it's as big as the neighbors or not, that doesn't really matter.
Right.
It's just something that's more workable.
At least give them more room.
And that's a great thing. You know, the libraries have a lot to offer, and you know that's if the more we can promote different things going on at the library, the better the kids are going to turn out and start utilizing those kind of services.
Right. Exactly.
I appreciate Westland because I'm surrounded by Westland.
Yeah.
You go out my front door and go south, and you'd be in Westland. Yeah. You go west, you'd be in Westland. You go north, you'd be in Westland. It's like Custer and the Indians.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Adolph Jamison, you're on the phone. How you doing?
I'm getting you, sir.
And where are you from?
I'm from Massachusetts.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How's it going in Massachusetts?
It's all right. It's the negative and positive, but I'm hanging in there.
Good, good. How's the weather there? Cold?
It's cold, but I could take it.
That's good. That's good.
It's winter time.
Yeah, it's winter. Yep. Gotta live with it, huh?
Hey, the sun is coming up earlier and earlier. It comes up at 8 o'clock now instead of 8.
Yeah, the days are longer now, right?
Yeah, sometimes in New England it's nice weather. It feels like it's like summer or spring. Then it's cold.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate that.
No problem.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Before we sign off tonight, if you would like to become a volunteer for any of the DDA events, please call 734-261-2830. The DDA office is located at 29213 Ford Road. And once again, if you'd like to become a member of the GCBA or a volunteer for any of their upcoming events, please call 734-788-9319 or contact them through their website, once again, at gcbiz48135.org. Both the GCBA and DDA are working on events and dates right now, so if you want to be involved, like we were talking earlier, Don, please contact them today. Well, I think we're ready to call this a podcast. I want to thank my co-hosts, Tom and Mike, and our special guest co-host, Mr. Don Nicholson. Thanks, Don.
Thank you for having me.
It was great having you here. Come back anytime. We're going to talk about sitting on a park, right?
Yep.
All right. Don't forget, Don is president of Don Nicholson Enterprises, and we will be mentioning his cruises that he's got coming up. If you want to get a hold of Don, once again, phone number 734-658-5296.
Pick up copies of that monthly marketplace. It's available throughout Westland.
Look for it at your favorite restaurant or drugstore or wherever.
There.
Right. Great job as always, guys. And thanks to everyone in the chat room and to those that will be listening and downloading the show later and watching us on our YouTube channel. We really appreciate your support every week. Remember, the audio from tonight's show will be made available on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GCChat shortly after we sign off tonight. And also on our main show page at TalkShoe.com, caller ID 82757. And don't forget, look for the video of tonight's show tomorrow on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/communitychatshow. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, remember, the success of a community depends on the community, so please support your local businesses. That's my slogan. And if you see something, say something. Look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, be sure to head on over to DopplerTomsWeather.com. He's got a great little website over there, very informative. And he's very accurate, too, I have to tell you. So on behalf of Tom, Mike, and Don, take care and see you next week right here on TalkShoe.com. Show ID 82757. Have a great night. Good night.